What's going on, everybody? Advisory Lizard here, back again with another video for you guys. If you saw my previous video, then you all know that I grinded out and I did manage to get the one, the only Diamond Bill Russell reward card. Now, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get this card. I'm not gonna lie. I had a rough time. There were quite a few challenges that I had to replay, especially towards the end. The final, the last challenge in each section was just not fun. So I'm just gonna kind of give you guys how I did it, just kind of show you what I found to work. To be honest, the only ones that really gave me a lot of problems was I believe it was back to back. No, it was these two right here, actually, the playoff underdogs and the newest one. In this challenge, Kyrie will just go off and scorch you, and it's the same thing in this other one. On this one right here, Allen Iverson, the first game I played, like I said in my last video, he had 50 points on my head. So yeah, so these two are the hardest. I think the other ones are pretty easy. I didn't have to replay these. This one was honestly pretty simple, not too hard, no one crazy. Same with this one. I mean, this one I think is probably the easiest one, simply because when you play them, it's not even the full lineup. It's only Sapphire, Dennis Rodman for whatever reason. But so yeah, it's really not, this one's not too bad. And then the first one, none of these cards are really good at scoring, so it's pretty easy to not let them score. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did it. So if we'll start with the team. So if you're running the team, what you want to do, don't run a bench, just fill them with bronze cards. Now these three cards right here this is your core. I think these three cards, they played super efficient. Robert Reed plays amazing defense. If we go down to his stats, he has a 74 block, but he gets so many blocks. As we can look here, he averages 1.2 blocks per game for me over 21 games played. Very solid card, gets lots of boards, and he's kind of he gives you a mismatch at that power forward position, kind of makes it easier for you to score. So he definitely helps out from there. Stephen Jackson he's just super goated. As far as small forwards go, he can shoot the three, he can do ball control, he's got a steal, he's got perimeter D. And the other thing about this card, as opposed to anyone else, is he actually has a good driving dunk. The only other card that I would maybe recommend that's similar to this, that you don't have the MT, would be Trevor Ariza. Very similar card, both 6'8". Trevor just not going to get as many driving dunks as Stephen does. And of course, he has a little bit better perimeter, not as good as steal, definitely not as athletic. But I definitely recommend Stephen Jackson. And then Eric Gordon is a must. He was so clutch for me in every game. The dude was hitting crazy threes for me. He played super duper well. Look at that. 4.2 3-pointers made per game, 6.3 attempted. Very solid. I definitely recommend him. Now the point guard and center. Center, obviously I'm gonna use Bill Russell, not Bill Walton. But for you guys, Tyson Chandler's gonna be your guy. If you're having problems playing defense, definitely just paint sit with the center. Most of the challenges, their center is an old dude that can't shoot, so it's pretty easy to just sit there with him. And then point guard is this one's kind of tough. I had Damian Stoudemire, and I really liked using him. I actually found that this was really easy to evo him in these challenges. But if you have Kyle Lowry, that's another really good card to use, very similar to what I was using. He's got the 83 3-pointer, so he can knock down some threes if you need him to. 84 steal, so we can steal. 89 perimeter D. He's just a super well-rounded card. Let's say you don't have him. If you just want defense out of your point guard, I would go Mo Cheeks. Same thing. He's 6'1". Can't shoot the mid-range, or can't shoot the three very well, but that defense, 97 perimeter with a 86 steal is just absurd. And you can go with a more offensive minded Dame, or Doc Rivers is also a very good card to use as well, with that 3. But definitely run this squad. Don't run your bench. Don't even do it. Don't even think about it. And here I'll kind of show you how to set it up. So we'll just load into, I don't know. This one gave me the most problem, was the underdog. Excuse me. We'll load into this game. I'll play a little bit and I'll show you guys how to, beat these challenges, how to win. I think I had a video of this exact same team kind of explaining this. But this is for all of you that are new here that don't know how to beat these. That's basically an update, I guess, on how to do it. Now, granted, I understand I'm running with Damian Stoudemire fully evoed, which I had actually running through these challenges, but I'm also running Bill Russell, which I didn't have. But I mean, like I said, any Any center is going to work. Tyson Chandler, Jack Sigma, or not Jack Sigma, I'm sorry, James Silas, I think is the other one. And I mean, if you have George Mikan, but I don't know why you'd be using George Mikan to try to get a Russell. George Mikan might be the better card. But I love this Bill. He's super fast, great for triple threat online. I'll tell you that much. I've played quite a few games with him on triple threat online. Won quite a few, so I'm gonna look over here as we play. So here's what you're gonna do. We win the jump ball. So on offense, your main goal is basically to score, obviously. I found that it's easiest to, I mean, you get ankle breakers now with the new update. But in case anybody doesn't play, so you want to use your dribble, okay? So use your dribble, then you pass fake, and then if you do a little step, and if the person has a decent three-pointer, I didn't make it, but that works most of the time, excuse me. And then for this, you want to hit right on your D-pad and click stay home. Now, basically what this is going to do is this is going to force all of your offensive players to actually stay like on their guy and never like play a switch. They won't ever, you won't have any problems, getting mismatched on the offensive end or the defensive end. And that won't be an issue to you when you have like your point guard on your center. Nothing like that. Now remember, you want to paint sit. So I'm going to be, I'm just going to sit here with Bill Russell. I don't want Kyrie scoring. That was kind of the big issue with me when I played this challenge, is Kyrie's team to score quite a few points. But I mean, you will get mismatches like this. It does happen. You just got to play it well. And if it doesn't work out for you, it's all good. Of course, I don't get the rebound because I'm just an idiot jumping a lot. And it will be a close game. Don't think that you're going to blow out the other team. It doesn't really happen like that. I never really had any games where I'm like, wow, I'm really winning this. Nothing like that. Now, offensively, it's kind of tough in a half-court set to get anything off simply because of like things like that where they're just there. There's nothing you can do about it. There's Robert Reed's defense. This is normally where you want to score. Here, of course, we mess it up, but we do have a mismatch here. Always expose your mismatches like this. For the most part, you also want to get to the line as much as you can, which is why I recommend driving. Now, for this challenge, you do have to hit threes, which is really tough, considering the fact that it's on Superstar, and for whatever reason, Superstar might be the hardest game mode to actually hit threes on. As weird as that sounds, I don't know why it is, but it is. And they will do dumb stuff like that. Just, let them be. So if you're, say you're playing this and you're trying to get your threes, right? So I found that if you do this move here, this little cross, and then you shoot off that cross, it's really easy to make that shot, especially off the fast break. I'll show it to you guys here again once I'm on the offensive side. And that's really all I have for you as far as offense goes. Fast breaks, you need to capitalize on every fast break you have. Can't really mess it up. Another steal there. Yeah, so fast break, come up. Oh, well, don't be afraid to shoot those. I know it's dumb, but you can shoot those deep shots and they will make them every now and then. And it's honestly, to me, worth taking, especially if you get it off a fast break. Definitely works. So you give it to him, give it to whoever your best three-point shooter is, do a little step back. I know it's deep, but see what I'm saying? That it's just, and all you have to do is you hold RT and then you go down on your right stick. Just bring it down to the opposite side of your ball hand. So like if you have the ball in the right hand, you kind of bring it down to the left, and that'll force it, and it'll bring it back, and it'll do a little step back. It creates a lot of space, which is wonderful, especially if you're trying to get your own shot off. Trying to get your threes. I mean, I've already hit 2 threes like that. I'll do it one more time just to show you guys. You bring it down, do a little step back, broke his ankles, you shoot it. Doesn't matter how deep you are, to be honest. I'm a little deep. I would recommend going in a little bit more. You do it because I'm just kind of trying to rush through this. And of course, you can get him here. You can do it with anybody. And see, if you miss it off the fast break, you'll end up like that's what's up happening. And you saw it right there where the defender was able to come towards me. They don't actually like get their ankles broken if they're playing defense like that. I don't know why that is, or why that happens, but for whatever reason it does. But if you're on the fast break, or if you're coming off a inbounds, you want to try to avoid dribbling into people like I just did. That's just dumb. But and of course you can run plays as well, but of course I don't run them very well. So I'm just gonna get a turnover here, and I'm gonna try to show you guys one more time. Try to get a fast break. That's how you get steals, by the way. If you see them dribbling this way and you run at them kind of at an angle, you slice them, poke the ball loose, and then get a steal. I say 50% of the time, which in this case is pretty easy. And I was doing that with Damien Stoudemire when he had a 63 steal. It's how I got all of my steals for the game, to Evo him. So it's definitely usable. It definitely works. It's consistent. I know the score is 10-10, but remember, I'm just kind of chucking some shots up, not playing super well right now. I'm not really focused. So yeah, and a lot of times you can get these doubles. But so you want to just get them in a nice little offensive set, and then do this little step back. And if you can't get anything off of it, I found a lot of times if you just reset, a lot of times if they're cold, you want to try to expose whoever's cold and try to shoot it over them. Another thing you can do is, for whatever reason in this game, if you have a lot of assists with a player, say you have like 10 assists with somebody, they will start double teaming that player. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So maybe instead of, going for your 3-pointers at the very beginning, what you can do is you can actually try to get a bunch of assists with the player, and then they'll force the double team, which is going to leave somebody open. And for whatever reason, like I said, that's what the CPU does to people with a lot of assists. So I definitely recommend giving that a shot if you're having trouble scoring, because then they'll force the double team to you, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I think you guys get what I'm saying. That's all I really have for you guys. That's my best advice I can give you. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll try to answer all of them that I can, especially on how to beat this. I know it's tough. I know I didn't get everything I wanted to say, and I know it didn't look like I was winning very much, but I mean, obviously I have Bill Russell. I had a few problems, but I think I fixed it out, gotten all the kinks out, and I do know how to play this. And like I said, I wasn't really sitting here trying to sweat, trying to get the dub, to show you guys what to do. I just kind of wanted to show it to you guys and show you how to do it and how not to do it, I guess, if that makes sense. So leave a comment down below if you guys are struggling, what you're struggling with. Let me help you out. I want to help you guys get this Bill Russell because he is a beast. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Actually, also comment down below if you have Bill Russell and what you think about him. Subscribe if you're new here for daily videos from yours truly. And until next time, peace, y'all.